Hey Monica, hey Kakan. The water was too rough today. I got in, but it was sucking me, and I had only gotten in like up to my hips, maybe. And then I just dunked in and got out. But I thought, since it is so rough, it'd be a good day to watch the surfers and maybe go for a little bit of a walk with you guys. But yeah, it was too dangerous. I have to realize my limitations. And advanced swimmers were getting out, and I asked them, and they said, yeah, the rip tide's really bad. They're like, if you get in here, you're going to get sucked all the way down to the cove. And they said the only safe place to swim right now is where the surfers are. And the waves are huge there. That's why the surfers are there. Plus, you don't want to swim with surfers. Plus, you're not allowed to swim with the surfers. There's a restriction on where you can surf and where you can swim. So, I'm going for a walk and headed down to these killer waves, see if we can catch some good surfing. Wow, that surfer just got tossed. Yeah, it's really big waves today. This lifeguard tower's empty. Let's go sit on that for a minute. If we can get over to it easily enough. How are you guys today? I'm really bummed I can't get my swim, but I did have a really good workout yesterday. So, some days are gonna be like that. All right, let's climb over this wall. So yeah, I am wet. I did get in at least, but just as little as I was in, trying to get out, I was getting sucked back. So it just wasn't safe. Like I said, I talked to some advanced swimmers and they were saying, no, it's not safe. But good day to watch the surfers. And we're here, so let's make the most of it. All right. Audit LA was at a meeting. The police commission meeting was closed today, or canceled today. So I'm trying to figure out what meeting that was. I went into her chat, but it was scrolling. Climbing up the lifeguard tower. It's not great to do in wet flip-flop, but I made it. Look at these waves. Surfers are being tossed around. There's a lot of them out there, though, gonna try. A lot of them up. Here comes lifeguard. Okay, they didn't get mad I was up here, so that's good. I thought they were gonna say, ma'am, get down. But they didn't. Oh, let's read chat. Oh my gosh, there's people here. I said hi to Kakan and Monica. Irish is here. Hey, Irish. Cricket. Good morning, Cricket. It was too rough to get in, Cricket. Look at these killer waves today. Just the surfers here. And they said this was the mildest part of the current. And I can't swim here. First of all, the waves are too big. Second of all, there's too many surfers. And also, this section is designated for the surfers, so you're not allowed to swim here. Yeah, I had to play it safe. You have to know your limitations. I talked to a couple of the advanced swimmers that were coming out, and they all aborted their mission because they said they were getting sucked way Um, I guess that would be southwest, but they were being sucked way far away. They're like, it's not safe here today. At first I got here, well, on the way here, I had checked the water temperature and it seemed good. And it was sunny inland. It's a good surfer. Oh, he just fell, of course, as soon as I say that. And then once I approached the beach, it was all foggy and overcast, and I saw how big the surf was. I talked to the swimmer, and I said, yeah, it said it was 66 degrees in the water. And he's like, well, over there it is. He's like, here, it's a lot colder, which confirmed my confirmed my sense when I got in how cold it was. Phone is uploading a video. Ah, nearly home. Oh, nice, Irish. Did you hang out with Joe? And I can't remember her name. I'm sorry. She sounded great, but had streaming issues. Yeah. Red swimsuit. No, I don't. My bottom, I wear separates. So like the bottom is black right now and the top is blue. But usually I have on green bikini top and the black bottom, or a black tank top and the black bottom. But no one ever sees it because I always wear a rash guard. Keep myself covered. For one thing, it makes me a lot more visible if I were to get sucked out. They're gonna see this, you know, hopefully. But it's so, that was the thing I was telling that swimmer that got out. And he was wearing a wetsuit. So I'm a little crazy for going in without one. But he said, I was telling him, I'm like, yeah, I'm worried about not being visible and not being enough people here. And I'm not wrong about that. New York City Transit Hunter, hello. Oh, Tyrant Hunter. And it's North Carolina. I don't have my glasses on. Sorry, I messed up your name. Yeah, the undertow, riptide, is really strong today. It's got nice big waves. Yeah, when I first got here, I was like, oh, I got the whole beach to myself. That's nice. But then you're like, okay, no one's here, or at least where I was. And it's so foggy, and the waves look so big. If I were to be sucked out, they couldn't see me from the lifeguard tower over there. So it just wasn't safe. Watch out for the undertowed. That's right. He might rib it. Gotta see Joe. Seeing T this weekend. Nice! Oh, that's excellent, Irish. That's exciting. You're gonna get to meet T, and you met Joe. You met Joe before, though, right? But you got to see her again, so that's nice. You stayed at Joe's, didn't you? You both went to Denmark, at least. Wow. Okay, here we go. Big waves. They probably don't look as big on screen, but those are massive, hard-hitting waves. Two-piece black and blue. Yeah, well, you know, technically the top I have on today is not a bikini top. It's a sports bra. But it's spandexy, and it's old. So I was like, yeah, I'll wear it. I'll wear it swimming today. But, you know, I mean, I have on a big old shirt over it that, like, covers almost everything. Bob, hello. Hey, hi. Hey, Carrie Ann. Joe is so lovely. Worth multiple trips. Oh, that's so sweet, Irish. Yeah, I think so. She's a gem. Such a cute picture of her that she posted, too. She's a cutie pie. Big Chief, hello. Geez, like half of you are my mods. But every time I think, oh, I've got way too many mods, because I do, I think, but who would I eliminate? I don't want to eliminate any of you guys. I love you all. And you all are watching my back at different streams because I don't really have a scheduled thing. I don't reach out and say, hey, can you mod? It's just whoever shows up, shows up. So I've got like, I don't know, 8 mods or something like that. You're still sick? Oh no. I hope you feel better. Hello, Bernard. I'm at the beach in San Diego. I wanted to go for a swim. I got in, I got wet, but the current's really strong waves today. So I thought, well, let's go watch the surfers for a little bit since I'm here. Thank you, Bernard. I appreciate that. I'm trying to get to 500 so I can do fun things like membership and get monetized. Not that I expect I'll make much money, but even like 20 bucks a month would really help with my StreamYard. And then today I had to stop and get gas, and I was like, sheesh, how much money I spend going back and forth to the beach with gas right now. It's crazy. But I'm willing to do that because it's my therapy, going out and getting in the water, the cold shock, the cold reset, but also the workout because I do a workout. But yesterday I got a really good workout. I was in like 35-40 minutes yesterday, and I worked my butt off, and it felt great. The water was great. The sun was out. But today it's all cloudy and cold, and the waves were just too rough. So you have to know your limitations and get out. It was sucking me out, and I only went up to my hips. Bob, you subbed yesterday. I remember seeing you, Bob, in I think Manning's stream on Sunday, so thanks for checking me out. That was great. Kakan said your mods are the greatest, and they mod all day, every day. I know, I got the best people that come to my streams because I go to all the best streams and everyone knows me from there. So then some of them are like, what's this crazy lady about? And came and checked me out. So I got the best interaction, the best mods, the best audience. I really do. I feel like really privileged. It's like I have a super small channel, but I have a very elite audience. I've got like the best of the best. I got all the insider FCento, SPTV people like Irish, Miriam, Monica, Big Chief, Cricket. It's terrible to name them because I have to name them all. Kakan, Bill, No Face, Hey Carrie Ann. I've got the best. Joe Bananas made me a song and popped in. Oh, it's a big wave. Woo! He really tackled that wave. I could go on naming people till I'm blue in the face. Peter Anderson, 76 more. I think it might have gone down 1 or 2 since then. It went up. I got a few yesterday. And Peter, I might make that a private, like once I do membership, do a private Zoom call or something and do it for my members. I don't know if I necessarily want to be online with me, just because, and then I give up my anonymity. Cricket said I met KA when she was reading a paper on greeting customs. Interesting. It was 86. Oh, okay, Peter. Thank you. So it did go up. I know, there's some huge waves today. That's why I got out. I was talking to this advanced swimmer, and he's like, oh, if you go in here, you'll be sucked all the way down the coast. And then he pointed like far off in the distance. And he's like, it's really strong currents today. I was like, well, I'm going to go in and get wet at least, but I won't go in deep, and I'll get right back out. And he said, yeah, that was the best plan of attack. I'm like, I'm already here. I'm going to get wet at least. But sometimes I don't even do that. If it's real bad, I'll just like nope the F out. Cute girl surfer. My exchange student Squirrel is a girl surfer. One of the first things she did when she arrived was go buy a surfboard. She's already talking about getting her next board because she just got a temporary filler for now. She got a foam board. Yeah, big waves. Big waves today. Let's see if we can catch another surfer. Yeah, the advanced swimmer said this was the only safe place over here to swim today. But you're not allowed to swim here. This is for surfers. And the waves are way too big, I can see even here. So I don't want to be pegged in the head by a surfboard or be fighting the waves the whole time. It's a great workout fighting waves, but it's not the workout I'm intending. And it makes me a little nervous because I have been sucked out once before, as some of you know, and it was really frightening. So I try to be more careful and not subject myself to that. Oh gosh, were you there for that, Kakan? I did have that happen once. I got a terrible sinus infection. Ugh, I got really sick from that. I was sick for like, I don't know, 4 days a week, something like that. But I went in Coronado, and the lifeguard went up and told a few people, but I guess he thought, oh, well, that old lady's not going in. Not that I'm that old. I'm middle-aged, but you know what I mean. He just didn't think of me as... He told the families with little kids, oh, don't let your kids go in. I go in, swim for a while, and when I get out, he's putting up the signs that say sewage spill, water's contaminated, can't swim here. It's like he told everyone else. I saw him walking up and talking to people, and I just didn't know what that was about. I thought that maybe they were looking for something. I don't know. I just didn't pay much attention to it until I got out and he was putting up the warning signs. But I saw him look over at me, and then he just walked by and went to other people. I guess he thought, well, she's obviously not going to go in. But little does he know, I'm just that kind of crazy that I go in all the time. Anyway, I got a really bad sinus infection, headache, nauseous. The south end of business was not pleasant. I won't elaborate for our queasy friends. I'm one of those queasy friends, so I always appreciate when people don't get too specific about stuff like that. Oh no, Irish. Oh, sorry, Irish. Oh, okay, well that's good. It's not raining. Hey, Skyle. Sky. It's like combining style with sky. Sky's in Alaska, if I'm not mistaken. You're on a break at work for 5 minutes, and you came to see me? It's so sweet. Oh, there's the girl surfer again. I guess she's getting out. It's pretty rough. Aw, Sky, that's so sweet. Sky said she's honored. Is she gonna go back in? Did she just lose her board and get thrown up on shore? She's gonna give it another go. Skyle. Yeah, that's your name, Sky. It's Skyle. We'll just call you Skyler. You don't realize how much you misspeak until you watch something like this back after you've been talking. Like with Peter the other day, I was talking to this guy, Travis, and I meant to say Aaron Smith Levin was a former Scientologist and a protester, and it came out that he's a former protester. And then Peter corrected me in chat. And I didn't realize that's what he was doing. I just read what he said. But I thought he was just answering the question for Travis. But then I watched it back to see if I wanted to even have that one go live or be public. And I realized, oh, he was just correcting me because I misspoke. And Peter, I should have put those lids on right away. I was so busy talking and doing nonsense instead of just, I should have filled 2 or 1 and wiped them, put the lid on right away, because a few of them didn't set. So I put them back. I'm talking about my blueberry jam I made yesterday. So I put those back in the water bath and boiled them for a good like 15 minutes. I'm hoping that does the trick. I'll probably just have to redo those with new lids maybe, but we'll see. But you were right, Peter. I should have just put the lids on right away. Because, yeah, that was like 6 of them that didn't seal. I should zoom in. You guys are missing the surfers because it's hard to pick them out. Here goes one now. He's already down. Yeah, they're really struggling today. But this is great waves for surfers. But it's shit for swimming. Look how far the water's coming in, too. It's like high tide. Here we got a cute surfer, guys. And there's a dad with 2 little kids getting ready to walk by. Don't want to share the kids. Okay, well, that's the girl surfer in the middle. She is going back out. Let's see how successful she is at getting out. You dropped in momentarily on your canning stream yesterday but couldn't stay. What kind of jam are you making? I was making blueberry jam. Reduced sugar blueberry jam. There's so much sugar in jam, but sugar's the preservative, right? So that's what makes it so easy to can and be shelf stable. But I reduced the sugar by half, which didn't work out so well with my mango. And it didn't work out with the vanilla jam to be reduced. With the vanilla, I ended up having to add the rest of the sugar in. It just wasn't right without it. And then with the mango, I don't know if it was just a matter of not enough sugar or what, but I mailed my son a jar of the mango, and it must have got jostled in shipping, and the vacuum seal broke, and my son said it started going moldy. He had to throw it out. So the sugar is a natural preservative. There's a reason they put all that sugar in there. I just don't like to use a lot of sugar, so mine are almost more like preserves than jam, but not quite. They're still jam, just fruitier, less sugar. Caught up to him just as he fell. Well, the girl surfer has made her way out, at least. Sky just realized that she deserves a cream cheese Danish. Sky, that sounds delicious. I love a cream cheese Danish or cheese Danish. Sometimes creators misread what is in chat, sometimes hilarious, sometimes infuriating, sometimes nobody gets the jokes versus the serious. Yeah, I do that. I mean, everyone does. Especially like if you're concentrating on something else or distracted by something else or saying something else. Professor, Carrie Ann says, Professor, it's so hard to navigate chat. Sometimes I've forgotten the reference by the time I read it, or the conversation has moved on, so it doesn't make sense. It's really hard. That is very true, Carrie Ann. It's so frustrating talking to the creators because of that too. They're like on a 20-second delay, and then by the time they get around to your chat, it's maybe a minute or 2 later, and they're like, what are you talking about? If you just say, hey, it's over that way. I don't know if you're talking to me. If you're talking to someone else in chat, I don't know what you're referring to. So if you could say, hey, no face, it's over there, or, make it clear what you're talking about, it would help. but just means more to type and more to read. So it's hard sometimes. Right now it's easier because, well, ooh, again, fell before I got the camera on him. It's easier because I'm not doing something else, so I don't have something else distracting me. However, I don't have my glasses on, and they're not in my beach bag because I left them in the car. They were on top of my head, and I just threw them on the car seat next to me. So I don't have my glasses. I have my sunglasses. Yeah, it's not in every case, but yeah, it's like a 20-second delay. But it depends on what app you're using and what you're doing. But I notice it a lot. I noticed it on Sunday in Manning's stream. Someone popped up saying something ugly. I went to delete it, and as I'm deleting it, that's when Manning saw it, and he's like, Antics, I need you to delete this. By that point, I'd already deleted it, and he's like, I need you to delete this. And then he paused, and he's like, well, I guess I'll do it. And he stopped to do it, and it's like, I'd already done it. I did it when he first saw it, but he hadn't seen. So it was like 20-second delay. It's frustrating. The use of very little pronouns helps. Giving the reference instead of pronouns. The taxes are annoying. All taxes are annoying, yeah. It's several second delay, yeah. Voice to text, another correct? I don't have my glasses, sorry. Yeah. I should have brought a jacket with me. I have a jacket in the car, but I thought I was going for a swim, so I didn't bother bringing the jacket. Usually I go for a swim and then get right back in the car, dry off, turn the heat on. Don't really need a jacket, just turn the heat on. Well, none of them were able to catch that way. Professor means voice to text and autocorrect is infuriating. Yeah, I can pull up the same stream on 4 devices and they don't sync. Sky, I have that same thing, and it's really frustrating when it's something I'm modding that I'm the one who's behind, because I've had that happen too. I notice on my tablet I tend to run behind. I'll have it on my tablet or on my phone at the same time, or my tablet and the TV at the same time. And the phone and the TV are ahead of what's on my tablet, but the tablet's easier to mod on and do stuff on. So yeah, it's frustrating. You can eat a cheese Danish without trading Invisaligns out. That's funny. Having chats with my friends is funnier than having to chat despite the speed bumps. The TV lags much more in my experience. Yeah, it just depends on you and your device and your connection and what you're going through, I guess. Like, are you going through your Fire Stick? Are you going through your Hulu plugin? I mean, all of those things. How's your Wi-Fi? All of that affects it. I saw that with Manning. You deleted the comment. It was gone on my stream. Yeah, I deleted it as fast as I could, but sometimes by the time you click, the chat has already moved up, so then you accidentally click on the person below, and that's what happened in that case. So it took me a second longer to get back to it. But that's also how sometimes someone else will accidentally get timed out, because the chat moves so fast sometimes. Yeah, I had like 24,000 people traipse through Manning's chat on Sunday, and I was the only mod. I was hustling, and I still dropped everyone's links. So I was like, I did great, because he's like, I had to time someone out, and I'm like, yeah, but you timed him out after I had already done it. But yeah, He, not that he was criticizing me, he wasn't at all. He complimented me and said, you know, I kicked butt and thank you, because it was crazy stream with so many people. I think the reason it was so crazy is because the protests the day before set the algorithm to people wanting to look at protests. And I think a lot of people did want to see, well, I heard there's all these protests in America, so they came to watch when they saw NYC and protest, not knowing what kind of protest. And so there was so many people. It was a bit crazy. I had my hands full for sure. And I like to get, if it's that busy, I should just time everyone out that says anything in the slightest bit. But I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and I'll let them say it once maybe, if it's not too offensive. Let them say it once, and then if they repeat it, I'll delete it and give them a warning and say, hey, we're not talking about that here, thanks, or no politics, or whatever the case may be. And then if they show their colors again, wow, that was a big wave, then I time them out. I don't block people either. I just time them out. Like, you could still watch. Come watch, see what we're about. And if they're trolls, they leave after they've been timed out anyway. But when it's that busy, sometimes you only get one shot with me, or 2 shots max. You don't ever get to that third because I'm just too busy. Hey, Joe, we were talking about you. We were like, that Joe, you better watch out for her because she's pretty amazing. Antics, depending on the streaming software and creators, using deleted comments won't be deleted for the creator. It's weird. Oh, that's good to know too. I'll mention that to him. I don't even remember what the jerk said. Oh yeah, well, there was some political things, and there was people just trying to instigate, and I don't pay much attention. I'll ignore it if it's not too bad. But if it's riling other people up, yeah, it's gonna get deleted and you're gonna get a timeout. Or if you keep repeating it, it's like, okay, now you're just spamming. But I'll usually give a warning before I do that, and I usually give an explanation after I've deleted or timed you out. I'll say, I said no politics, or I timed you out for spamming or something, but I don't always have time for that. I tried to do that Sunday, but it was so busy. I missed a few, I'm sure. And Style was there, and she's a mod, so I was really excited. But we never gave Style any mod training, so she didn't know how to do everything, and she was on her phone. So I literally was doing it entirely on my own. So we're going to have a Style Audit 1A. She protests in Chicago. Style Audit 1A. Check her out. We literally are having a mod training session this week to share the ropes because I was hustling and I had no one else there. And no shade to Scooter Mom. Scooter Mom has been busting her ass. The day before particularly she was, but she always is. She always like gives and gives and does for everyone else. She's amazing. And so Saturday, with all the No Kings protests and her being such a big supporter and fans of so many channels, she worked modding like 13 hours on Saturday, nonstop. I mean, it's really hard. You need rest breaks for mental health. Look how pretty the sky is now, guys. So pretty. For your mental health, but also you need bathroom breaks. You need to get a drink. You need to go, eat something. So it's a lot. And so she was taking the morning off, rightfully so, knowing I would cover Manning and that his streams usually aren't quite that hopping, but just Sunday was an exception, I guess, because of all the protests the day before. You better watch out. That's right. You better watch out for Joe, or else you're going to find out just how amazing she is. Sorry, Joe. I keep leading it in like I'm going to say something bad, but I have nothing bad to say about you, babes. I sometimes recognize my typo in chat and delete. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't even bother. We weren't giving any chances Saturday for CBF. Sometimes it's just obvious. Yeah. Are you getting grief in chats? My chats? No, and it was nothing specifically to me, but Sunday he had like 24,000 people there and a lot of new eyes. And people were popping in, I think, expecting a no Kings protest, because all they saw was New York City protest, not anything specific. And so, and with all the protests the day before, it was like featured in the algorithms, I think. So I think it was a combo of that. And so people were popping in with like, well, what are the Democrats going to do if blah, blah, blah? Or what about this with the Republicans, blah, blah, blah. You know, just a lot of political stuff. And a lot of, a little bit of America hatred too, right? And I let a little of that go because I'm like, yeah, they're entitled to their opinion. But there was things like, some people said things like, oh, I can't wait to see when New York City becomes a ruin, or, you know, different bullshit like that. Just trying to be ugly, just trying to rile things up. So I just delete their comments. And if they did it again, I just timed them out. But if you see your comments deleted, that is your warning. I don't feel like I need to give you a warning. If it's mild enough that I leave it, I'll give a warning after the second time. But if it's ugly the first time and it gets deleted, that is your warning. I'll either delete you or time you out then, or I'll give you one more chance. If you say it again, you're out of there. Because I just don't have time to be effing around when there's that many people in a stream. Saturday was wild too. I bet it was. Cricket was on it. He was offering to volunteer for so many people. Cricket's another one of those that's just so supportive, so generous of his time, to the point where him and Scooter Mom, I can say this with 100% certainty, they do it to a point where it's to their own detriment, that it's like a little counter beneficial. It's against their own self-care because it's exhausting. But, you know, you genuinely care about these protesters and streamers, and you want to help and you want to look out for them. And if you're not able to go out and protest, this is a way you can contribute, is by helping mod and to help look out for them. And Scooter and Cricket are just pinnacle examples of that. They both do so much for the community. They really do. And it's exhausting and it's emotionally draining. And it's not good for your health. So I knew that going in because I'd already had a really rough week. And I didn't sleep Friday night. And I was already exhausted. I wasn't even going to do my knitting stream. But I watched Miriam's stream and she said, oh, Antics, I'm coming to your knitting stream today. I can finally do it. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm having a knitting stream because I want to be available if Miriam says she's coming, because I think she's amazing. So I went and did it anyways, but I only did an hour and a half. But anyway, point of the story is I took the rest of Saturday off from doing that because I knew it was going to be too much for me. Instead, I took a nap and then did a sunset stream. Well, no, I think yeah, that's right. I went to go out for a swim and it was so nice. I got in the water and did a sunset stream in the water. I was just planning on doing a swim, but the sunset was so beautiful and the waves were non-existent. It was super calm, so I was able to just walk in with my phone and watch the sunset. It was gorgeous. Wow, let me see if you can see these waves way off. Look at that big white cap way off there. And see how it's splashing. Oh, I turned the phone. Splashing against the rocks. Yeah, it's really rough current right now. I keep turning the phone to where it's not showing, and I can't see it very well because I don't have my glasses on. But do you see those white caps? It's like really rough. It's not normally like that where it's just bombarding the rock face. Anyway, I should probably get home, get warm, get some food in me. I had a protein shake. Let me catch up on chat. Hi, that Kiki girl. How are you? A few times I made a joke, then recognized creator is discussing something heavy. Oh gosh, Kakan, I've had that, where I'll make a joke, and by the time I type it out and push enter, they've moved on to like child abuse or something, and it's like, oh crap. Let me take out that message. Norris chat, that night was wild. Yeah, that's true. There's some that really draw a lot of harassment unnecessarily, ugliness, you know, I mean, it's awful. Nice boogie boarding waves. Yeah, well, there's a lot of surfers today. I don't know. Oh, he just fell down. The waves are really bad. I wouldn't want to be boogie boarding on that. It's really rough waves. But, you know, I do have a boogie board. I should maybe bring it sometime. Joe, says Professor Khan. Joe is Monica's hero. So she mentioned that. Monica's lurking today. Monica, I wanted to finish something and send out a package to Manning, but then realized today when I needed gas that I'm flat broke. So that's not going out till a few weeks maybe. So change of plans for today. Maybe I'll just knit, maybe do a video, but we can hang out if you want later. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Same regarding modding, it's a job you must take seriously. Yeah, Joe mods for a lot of people too, and is also super supportive. She provides a space for us to decompress from all the craziness, and she provides so much support with her modding and her music. The song that I made, that I did a video, I made my own video for me. She made that song. It's beautiful. She did an excellent job, so much better than I could have done, because it's really hard to write for yourself like that. She did a great job. I love that song. I wish I had my glasses on. There's a lot of chat here. Oh, you had a crap afternoon? I'm sorry, Joe. Most inappropriate chat gets deleted before I can even read it. Yep, exactly. CSA, usual, heavy, also, on a live. Kiki, good to meet you. Hey, Judy. Hey, Kiki, like and subscribe. I never remember to say that, but I've never seen you on my channel before, so maybe you aren't subbed, and I'm trying to get up to 500, so I'd appreciate it if you did. Hey, I tried to set aside my own biases, modding like I would on a job. Exactly, but it's a gray area. Judy? Where's Judy? Oh, there's Judy. Hi, Judy. I didn't see you. I don't have my glasses on, Judy. You have to forgive me. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're still getting out. Man, these waves are massive. Look at that. You guys can't see perspective, so you don't know how huge that is. That was a big 10-foot wave. That was a massive wave. It's hard to read perspective and distances from the lens like you can in person. But yeah, oh, look at that swell. Yeah, massive waves, and they're crashing down. I'm glad I didn't go in today. This is definitely a smart decision. But I saw how rough it is, and I noticed there was like no one here hardly, at least down where I swim. And I saw a swimmer getting out, so I just asked him, and he's like, "Yo, yeah, it's really rough today. You shouldn't go in. Or if you go in, go down that way, or don't go in far." It is cold. It was really overcast. Like, see the marine layer down here? It was like that, the whole sky when I got down here. But look, now the sun's coming out. It's starting to get blue skies and pretty. I could just hang out and wait until the water stops being so ugly, but that could be hours. Glad you let me know when you swim. Cricket, don't give away my secrets. Yeah, I thought it would make you happy. Cricket's been a really supportive friend, and I've been struggling with some personal things lately, and I've cried to Cricket the other day, and I thought, oh gosh, here I'm burden. I've cried to him and Monica recently. I was like, here I am burdening him and making him worry. I should show him I'm okay. So I thought, when because I send Manning a text with a shot of the beach. I was like, I should send that to Cricket too, so Cricket knows I'm okay and is not worrying about me, because he's under enough stress, your own shit in life, and then he's modding 13 hours and stuff for people, and it's a lot of stress. And here I added to his burden, I added to his stress. So he sent me a lovely good morning the other day, and I was like, oh, that's a great idea. I should do that, like send Cricket a lovely good morning, and I'll send him my beach picture. There's a guy getting up. And he's down. So yeah, I didn't used to tell anyone when I went to the beach. I just go out to the beach, and I was going out at like 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning. But I'm used to living alone. I'm used to being very independent. And but then after almost drowning, people were like, you should really tell someone when you're out. Not that they can do anything, but at least lets people worry about me a little less, and at least someone knows where I am. So I started doing that. I sent Manning a picture of the beach and say, I'm going in now. And then I text him when I get out so he doesn't worry about me. And so, yeah, I'll do that with you too, Cricket. I mean, it just takes me a second longer to send a picture to you. 2 more cute babes. Girl surfers going out. It made you happy? Ah, nice. Yep, definitely. Today was not my day. I was so excited about going in today too, because I had such a good workout yesterday. It's friendship, it's good. I lived alone for years and fell a couple of times, but luckily never hurt. Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. There's things about living alone that aren't great. I'll tell you something that freaked me out yesterday, and why I didn't mention this, but I was really anxious yesterday because I had left my door open the day before, and my neighbor apparently knocked, but didn't ring the doorbell, didn't think to text me, didn't get an answer. So what did they do? Instead of like turning away? No, they just came in. They just walked in, they put some stuff in my fridge and left. And then I get a text later saying, this is what I did. It's like, couldn't you have sent the text before you just walked into my place? Really creeped me out. It got my head spinning, because I've had incidences where I've had an intruder, and it just is like, no, don't just walk into my place like that. First of all, I live with someone else, and if I'm walking around in my underwear, or just whatever, don't just walk into someone's house. And they were like, well, I knocked. I was like, and you didn't answer. I was like, I have the right not to answer, you know? But I didn't hear. I didn't hear the door. And so that made me even more scared. Not so much that it was that person coming in, just the fact that someone could walk in. I didn't hear them knock. I didn't hear them come in. It was upsetting to me. So I went out for my swim, like, knowing that I needed to get a reset, because that was making me feel insecure and anxious. But I thought that was crazy. It's like, yeah, I know I've lived next to you a long time and we're friends, but I would never just walk into their place, like hang out, put things in the fridge or get something. I would never do that. It's just craziness. Unless you're like my best friend that I've known for 40 years. Or family, I would never think to do that. This was just a neighbor. Yeah, we're friends. We're very friendly neighbors. But still, just a neighbor. And then I have my refrigerator segmented off, like this half is me, this half is the exchange student. And she put it in my exchange students. So I didn't even know she left me anything. I thought my exchange student just went shopping. Meanwhile, my exchange student is thinking, well, that's weird. She's now taking over my shelf too. Or is she giving me the stuff? It's confusing. But it's not fair to the exchange student to have people randomly coming and going in my place. They didn't sign up for that. They signed up for me. And if I have a guest, to be with my guest, but not random people coming in. Anyway, it just bothered me. But I had a lovely talk with her about it. I was like, it was intended as a kindness and you're super sweet and I really adore you and appreciate you. However, could you not do that? Because that was very triggering for me. It's not fair to my exchange student. I would never think to just walk into someone's house again, unless you're family or someone I've known, like a best friend for 40 years. Like my best friend, yeah, I'd walk into her place. Even if she wasn't home, I'd be like, well, it sucks to be you. But I would have texted them and I would have rung the doorbell. I wouldn't have just walked in because, oh, well, the door's open. I'm just going to walk in. No, it's not okay. It's not okay. But it was a good security reminder that I shouldn't just leave my door open like that. I leave it open all the time because, hello, we're in San Diego. It's beautiful weather all the time, or it's hot, so you want the cross breeze. So it was a good reminder to me that, yeah, this time it was fine. And one of the reasons I feel safe to do that is because there's a big gate around the property, a big gate. But sometimes people will prop that gate open for a package or a guest of some sort. So that gate's not always shut. It's not safe to do that. So it was a good reminder to me to do better myself. Anyway, I'm rambling, but that is what I normally do. So I come out here and swim, and if I can't swim, I sit here and ramble. I should probably go and get home, get a shower, get warm clothes on. I'm still soaking wet because I did go in cricket. I just didn't swim. It just was too rough. I only went up to my hips, and getting back in was hard. I was getting pulled. I mean, it wasn't super hard. I was able to do it, no problem, but I could really feel a pull on me. So I'm glad I didn't risk trying to go out a little bit further. Because if I'd gone a little bit further, it would have been deep enough to at least do my exercises. But when I would go to do my exercises, I would have been sucked right out. And by the time sometimes you realize that you're being sucked out, would be towards the end of my workout, and I'm already tired, so you don't have the strength to get back in. So I'm glad I was cautious. So these waves are crazy today. All right, I am really going to go this time. I know I keep saying that. And then I read chat again. It's so funny because I'm the opposite. I mean, I want to be safe, but I guess being handicapped, our neighbors came in because, well, that's part of it with her, frankly, Judy, because she knows I have a seizure disorder, and some days I'm just in bed all day because I'm sick from it. And so she's doing me a kindness. When she goes out of town a lot for work, and when she goes out of town, she brings me like whatever produce that's just going to sit in her fridge and go bad because she's going to be gone for a week. So it's lovely. I mean, she's a lovely, sweet-hearted person who thinks of me and looks out for me. And she knows some days, sometimes weeks, I'll be in bed sick. So she doesn't want to bother me with me having to go up and down the stairs. She's like, oh, I'll bring it to you. But next time, just text me first, maybe. Or ring the doorbell, maybe. Yeah, okay, I am. I'm going to go eat. Hugs to everyone. Thank you all so much. Much love. Talk to you later. Bye.